to come over the next week. So this is one in the series. This afternoon, we're going to be talking about the RAD for multifamily side of the resource desk and of the RAD world. As we've mentioned a couple of times, kind of rebranding. RAD for PHAs is the former RAD 1, and RAD for multifamily is the former RAD 2, and so we're trying to kind of set that rebranding up for folks. The reason why the RAD for multifamily is because it's got a bunch of kind of multifamily programs. So the Rents Up group, the RAP, Mod Rehab, and then the Section 202 pracs, which are soon to be joining this, and maybe more. So we kind of expanded this to be more than just the quote-unquote second component. Just like the RAD for PHAs, the RAD for multifamily has a series of spokes that a non-login public user can take a look at. So without logging into the resource desk, you can get a lot of information. So for example, if you want to look at the document library, you click on that little wheel and you have a bunch of information that is specific to the RAD for multifamily side of things. The Rents Up RAP folks, Mod Rehabs, and if you want to do some filtering at the top, you can certainly do that as well. And that gives you just a short list of just the ones that are dealing with PBV. Back on the home page, you also have the ability, which you could do before, but I think it's a little bit easier to get to now. You can apply for RAD for multifamily by clicking on the apply button. So let's click on that. Unfortunately, that's right, but to apply, you have to have, yes, so Linda's reminded me, to apply, you have to have a login and password so we know who you are. So you'd need to sign in and then apply at that point in time. So you've hidden it from yourself, yeah. All right, you just, I think you have to, what does it say about something's failed? All right, we're going back to the site. There we go. All right. Then we have also added to the resource desk the ability to see all of the various notices. So if you click on the top spoke, you see the various RAD notices, including revision 3. You also see a black line version of what changed from revision 2 to revision 3, as well as the fair housing and relocation notice. And this is where all of the various notices will show up. The supplemental notice that came out earlier this summer is there. So this will be a place where all notices that are relevant today will show up for you to take a look at. Okay. Then you also have the complete notice below. You can always download the entirety of it in the PDF, or as you see, all of the various second, quote-unquote, second component pieces of the RAD notice are here. So all of the pages, just like a table of contents, you can expand and contract those. So all in one nice, easy place to get to. So we think this is going to make things a little bit easier for folks to get to, particularly public and kind of non-logged in folks can get a lot more information about the programs without actually having to have an account on the resource desk. Okay. So now let's log into the resource desk. So we're going to log in as a RAD for multifamily reviewer, and we're going to take a look at what the site looks like now. One thing I will mention is that the RAD for multifamily folks have had a lot of these features already, so some of these things are not going to be seen as quote-unquote improvements or advancements for them. So they've been lucky in that way. We spent a lot of time with this team and in making enhancements to the site, and a lot of that stuff flowed through to the RAD for PHA side, so it won't be quite as exciting for these folks as it was for them, and new and fresh, but certainly the look and feel will be different, and we think that will be helpful to folks. The search feature is something that that this group has already had, but we have expanded it a little bit, and it's a little bit easier to manipulate through. So you just simply select whatever your search criteria are, and Linda, it doesn't matter to me. What do you want to select? Okay, I want to look at all the SROs. And so that will pull up all the Mod Rehab SROs. You'll notice that we've created a series of kind of what we consider to be the most important items that one might like to see in this search. And if you scroll up just a hair, Linda, you can see to the left. This can be exported into PDF or in Excel. So the results can be turned into a report, or if you just want to send this out to somebody, they ask for a list and you just want to send the PDF, you can do that. So scroll back down again so we can see that there are a number of different categories, all of which can be sorted on. So if you want to sort by type of conversion or by reviewer, you want to get all the reviewers listed, you can do it that way. Location, all of those various pieces across the top. So if you scroll over, the other thing that we've added, which we think will be helpful for folks, is this status column. This will allow you all to find things much more quickly, we believe, because it will not only be consistently used throughout, so outreach, closed, active, those will all show up, but they're also color-coded so your eye will see them very quickly. So if we filter on that, Linda, let's filter on the status. Just sort by, sorry, let's just sort by the status. Okay, so now we have all the active ones on the top, and if we scroll down, we'll see the closed ones next, ones that we're expecting an application for, which is a long list, and the ones that are in outreach. So as the status change happens, these flow through to these various sections. Okay, so let's clear that sort. Let's clear that sort altogether, and now let's minimize this particular card, and you'll start seeing some additional cards. This next card everyone will have, it's a notification since you last logged in. The emails that go out to folks will still go out, the notifications that you get when an assignment is made to you, when documents are uploaded, those sorts of things, that will continue to happen, but you'll have this further piece where a notification will come in since your last login, and you'll be reminded of that, and you'll be able to click directly on that notification and go to whatever transaction that is that you're looking at. Okay, then you'll have a list of all the transactions that you're working on. They're assigned to you. So in this case, we've logged in as John, and we can see that he has a pending transaction and a series of active assignments below that. There are also a list of extensions that you may have requested. And so this would be a list of extensions. Is that right, Linda? Is that what this shows up?
The extensions.
Oh, the contract extensions. There you go. HAP contract extensions.
This didn't change from
what they had before, right? Okay. Then a list of transactions that John is expecting. So that's nice there. Okay, let's minimize that one. And that's it. So that's kind of the main page and kind of how it's laid out. So let's go look at a transaction. Again, this is not something that you all are going to see is much different than what was there before. Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that view's a little bit better. Okay. So basic information at the top, just like you had in the past. We have added this little go-to button here, which allows you to quickly jump between the various cards. So if I just wanted to look and see what documents have been uploaded, I could simply go to this page, go to the documents, and boom, that card opens up automatically. Then if I scroll down into the documents, and I don't want to scroll back up to the top, I just go to the go-to and go to the general property information. It takes me right back up to the top of the general property information. Okay? So that's, we hope, is going to help people navigate a little bit more easily. We're hopeful that will be an enhancement that you all will use. Again, I don't think this looks that much different than the original resource desk that you all had, but one thing that we have added, and that is not there yet, but will be soon, we're close to, on the RAD tool. Yeah, so the initial rent tool is getting integrated to this resource desk. So Linda's going to scroll down there, and she also could use the go-to box in the upper right-hand corner. So here we are in the initial contract rent setting, and this will allow you to select the file, upload the file, and then all of the information past that will be populated from the file that you uploaded.
So these questions will change to reflect the questions as they're asked in the initial rent tool that you're using now.
Right. And then if a new tool is sent in or something changes in the tool, you can simply upload a new one, and that will take the place of the one that was there before.
So once you've uploaded the tool, you're free to come onto the resource desk and make changes to any of the answers that are here. If you upload a new tool, it will overwrite everything. You basically start over with the new tool, and so if you have changed an answer, you'll need to change that again, or hopefully it's reflected correctly in that new tool when you upload it, because it will overwrite. The files themselves will stay up here and be listed so that you can always go back to a previous file if you need to.
Oh, you could.
You'll see the link, and you could open the
file. Okay, gotcha. But you'd have to re-upload it to have it.
You'd have to re-upload it to have it.
So that's an important distinction, is that if you use the tool to populate this, and then you use another tool to quote-unquote repopulate it, it's going to wipe out anything that you may have done or changes that you've made in the past. Okay. So be cognizant of that. That the tool you uploaded, if you go through and make some changes and then you upload a new tool, it's going to wipe out the changes that you made. But we think this is going to be nice to have that integrated. I know you all have waited for that for a little while, so we've added that in there. Okay. Other things you wanted to talk about our show? Oh, so just so that we're kind of walking through the whole thing, all of the various reports that you all have used in the past still live on this resource desk. We've tagged these first two, the second component pipeline report and the mod rehab pipeline report. We've tagged those to the top so you can get to them easily, because we felt like those were ones that you looked at regularly. But we've also got the ability for you to go see all reports. So you click on all reports, and then here should be very familiar to everybody, but these are the reports that you all have used in the past. And the same way to get to things, if you're going to look at approved extensions, you give the start date, the various batches. That's Donna does this. Yep. So all of these various pieces that you all have had in the past are there for you today. So obviously use these reports. Make sure that they are what you want. If we need to make some modifications, we're more than happy to do that for you. Okay. Given the fact that you guys have used this for a while, and it's not that new to you, I didn't expect this training to go on for that long. So I'm not surprised that we're on the shorter side of things. Was there anything else that you wanted to show on this new version of the Resource Desk? Again, we are live, and
we just mentioned the difference here. RAD Home is going to take you back to the home page where you can utilize those spokes on wheels. For each of you, you have a My Home, which will always take you back to your landing page, no matter where you are on the site. And we've also added the ability for you to change your password. So if you go to My Profile, it will let you change your password.
Great. Thank you for that. Yes. Yeah, and back to the RAD Home button that Linda showed. This will allow you to see things in the document library that are unique to your user type. So when we showed the Resource Desk prior to login and we showed the document library, those were all publicly available documents and publicly available trainings. Then when you log in, your user type then allows you potentially to see more documents in the library and more documents in the training section.
This was mentioned in the general training, but there is going to start being some data available to the public. So we've done the first stab at this, which is just showing the units that have converted into units that are outstanding. This will be an area that we expect to grow over the next couple of months.
Right.
But just so that you're aware that it is there, and this piece is available to the public.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and I think this is an area that I know that senior management is going to want to be growing and changing over time. So we expect that to be changing, but this is all available to the general public. So, okay. So we've got these. We're doing these trainings all week. If you need something and you see us in the hall, Linda and I are around. This has been recorded, so it'll be posted on the Resource Desk for those of you to watch at a later time. And keep the questions coming. We expect that you all will find some issues, and please send us notes about those. We will try and get things fixed as they come in. But if something is not broken, and it's just kind of like a nice-to-have feature. We're probably going to hold off on doing those till probably the end of October. We're likely to do kind of another series of calls with users to get a sense of what people are liking, what people are wishing they had a little bit differently, and then make some changes in the fall. But we really would like people and appreciate people using the resource desk and seeing, kind of what their impressions are and what things we can do to kind of make it, easier or better to use. I mean, that's the ultimate goal of this whole exercise, is to allow you, the users, to have more information. So we look forward to getting those comments from everybody. So I don't see any questions. So I think we're in good shape. So thanks to everybody that called in, and we'll post this on the recording on the resource desk so to see it at a later date. So thank you all very much.